Hi there, and welcome back to your favorite space where the thoughts are a little elevated and the conversation gets too real. I am your host, Mrs. Hi There. And I'm not going to say that I necessarily believe conspiracy theories, but I am going to say that some of them are a little too well put together. Like, why does it make sense when it absolutely should not? So today, we are diving into some conspiracy theories that sound a little crazy, but when you think about them for a bit too long, you start to spiral. Proceed with caution, because this might actually change the way you look at things, or at the very least, ruin your ability to sleep soundly tonight. So this first theory is a little real, actually, once you start to think about it. So let's get into it. This one is called the dead internet theory. So this theory is about how most of the internet isn't even real people anymore. It's about bots and AI taking over the internet space to manipulate public opinion. So the idea is that a huge percentage of what you are currently seeing online, I'm talking tweets, I'm talking comments, I'm talking the entire account, it's not even a real person, it's just a bot or an AI. At first I was like, yeah, whatever, that's giving touch some grass. But once you start thinking about it, have you guys been scrolling through what's going on online lately? I've been staying off of the internet for the most part because everything just feels slightly off right now. Does that make any sense to you? Is it just me? I'll scroll through any social media, like everything is just weirdly generic. And what about the accounts where a post will have like 50,000 likes but only a handful of comments? Like, I'm talking 300 or less comments. It's definitely bot activity right there. We do know that there are ways that you can purchase engagement and views and things like that. So it's like, are those all just bot accounts? Do those bot accounts come on and continue to post? It's kind of creepy when you think about it. Imagine you're corresponding with someone online. There are people out there that like to create these parasocial relationships with people online. So imagine that you have that type of going back and forth with someone and you think it's a real person and it turns out it's just a bot. That's creepy, dude. I think this one is pretty nail on the head. I do believe that there's a bit of an underlying layer of truth to this conspiracy. So I don't know. Let me know what you think about this one. Are you ready for our next theory? Okay, you guys, please just just hear me out on this one. This next theory is that birds are not real. I know, please just hang out with me here for a minute. Just stay there, okay? It might be a joke to some of you, but this theory is claiming that birds were replaced with government surveillance drones. This whole theory is a tinfoil hat moment, so you're just gonna have to put on your tinfoil hat and get into this headspace with me to get into this one. I can't. This one's just so funny to me. This was just so funny to me. I can't. Anyways, this theory is claiming that birds were replaced by government surveillance drones. And the reason why this theory kind of started out is because people were pointing out things like, why do birds sit on power lines? Are they trying to charge themselves? Why do they just stare at you sometimes? It's almost like they know something. Have you ever been sitting in a park and you have a pigeon walk over to you and that pigeon just like stares into your soul? I think they might just be hungry, but if it's a surveillance drone, they're just trying to get intel on you. Now, this one might have started off as satire, but there's a lot of people that genuinely believe in this theory. Personally, it's when there's no wind and you see a bird just glitching out, gliding, and it's just staying in kind of like the same spot. Have you ever seen that? It looks like it's which hovering. Birds are capable of doing when there's wind, but I've seen it happen with no wind. And that's kind of like where I'm like, that right there is a bit suspicious. Now, I don't think every single bird would be a surveillance drone, because seriously, I feel like a small portion of them are, because like I said, I've seen one just glitch out and look like it's trying to glide, but there's no wind. This one is definitely a tinfoil hat moment. Moving on to our third theory. This is called the simulation theory. Idea that reality is not real. We're basically living in something that's super advanced, like a video game. Okay, so you know the Sims game? That's basically what this theory is that we're all living in the Sims and there's someone else out there controlling us. This is where it gets a little weird. Some scientists and philosophers have actually said that this is technically possible, like statistically possible. When you think about things like deja vu, glitches in the matrix, random coincidences that feel a little too perfect, it starts to feel like, is this scripted? Like, who's controlling my storyline right now? And why are they making me go through character development? I don't want this. This is the last theory for today. This one is a little fun. So, the theory is that time travelers are already here. Yes, time travelers exist and they are just blending in. This theory says that people from the future have figured out time travel. Instead of announcing it, they're just here. They're watching and observing. And the evidence behind this theory, old photos where it looks like someone's holding an iPhone, or people who seem way too ahead of their time, random predictions that end up being accurate. You know the Simpsons theory, right? The Simpsons theory and how they're capable of predicting the future. The creator Matt Groening is actually just a time traveler. These two go hand in hand with each other. I mean, think about it. How many times has the Simpsons predicted something that actually happened? Do I believe in this? Kind of. I mean, I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if this one turned out to be true. I've got to know, out of these 4 conspiracy theories that we talked about today, which one made you pause for a second? Be honest. Was it the one about the birds not being real? That one was definitely a little bit out of left field. And I told you, that was a tinfoil hat moment. So you had to get into the right headspace to believe that one. If you have a conspiracy theory that low-key makes sense, go ahead and drop it in the comments, because I might go ahead and do a part 2 to this, and I do want to go down a rabbit hole with you guys. I am here for your entertainment. Mondays will be a longer episode with Mr. Hi There, my co-host, and Thursdays will be our short mini episodes where we dive into conspiracies, true crime, cryptids, maybe some cults, anything like that. If you are interested in hearing about those topics, be sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on the next episode. And I will see you in the next episode. So stay high, stay elevated, and keep an eye out for things that may not be what they seem. Bye.